decision? Kind of. Half. But definitely not the exact decision that Kay and Larry Woodcock have been waiting for years. See them there with little JJ Vallow? Yeah, they've got lots of photographs with JJ Vallow because they're JJ's grandparents. They looked after him exclusively until he was adopted, in fact. So, yeah, they really loved that boy. And now that his adopted mother is on trial for murdering him and his big sister,
oh,
and her
motherfucker.
husband's late wife,
Murder. Death. What the fuck?
well, they were
Is that a favorite topic or what the fuck?
was to ban them from being in the courtroom, saying they're not family, they're not victims, they're witnesses. Well, the judge came down today and said, not so fast. Kay will be allowed in that courtroom. Kay is the biological grandmother of that little boy, period, and story, sorry, Lori.
Yeah, so fucking.
Larry, however, her husband, not as lucky. And he will be treated other than family, other than victim. Not allowed in court until he testifies. So that brings up
yeah, because he'll hear everything. So fuck him.
And the person with the answer just might be Shannon Gray, whom I am joined by now, live. He is the attorney for Kay and Larry Woodcock. Shannon, it's good to see you again. Thanks for coming back to the program.
Thanks for having me.
So that's the big question. I know you were going to make an effort to reach out to the prosecutors and say, look, I mean, I get it. You tell a narrative when you prosecute a case, and it usually has to make sense in order, but sometimes those witnesses come out of order too. Is it possible that Larry and Kay may just be the first witnesses out of the gate, and then they've already testified, so Lori doesn't get her way?
Yeah, I mean, I would expect chronologically, if the state presents the case, that Larry and Kay will be the first 2 or 3 witnesses on the matter. So even though Larry was excluded based on the rules of evidence and him not being considered a victim in the case, I suspect he'll be one of the first 2 or 3 witnesses in the case and will be able to sit for the remainder of the trial. So.
Well, thank God for that. I mean, they have been through absolute hell. First of all, their grandchildren, and they consider Tylee their grandchild too. Let's be really clear.
God damn it.
The children are missing.
This must be her favorite topic. Death, murder, kill.
To be told you can't watch the justice from the courtroom. It's just a real kick in the gut.
Real kicking in nuts and head.
Chad was separated, right? His trial was severed from Lori's. Are they going to have to go through all of this again, or will this ruling hold for that trial too?
I suspect it'll hold for this trial as well, or for the next trial as well. He's a co-defendant in the case. Just because the case has been severed doesn't mean that they'll be excluded from that trial. It's the same facts, I suspect. So I don't think we'll be revisiting this issue. But the judge did do a little bit of a hinky ruling in regards to, he made her a representative, Kay, a representative for JJ, but just said it was for the during trial. So he's going to have to revisit the issue of whether she'll be able to give a victim impact statement and whether or not she'll be able to pursue any restitution or compensation on behalf of JJ. And I suspect he did that because the defendant hasn't been convicted yet. So, but I suspect.
So there's more. I mean, this hasn't.
Yeah,
this
put me
in for Lori. And I just got the list up there right now of the people who were approved as victims to be in the courtroom.
She was found with a knife in her hand. God damn it.
Kay, it's Summer Shiflett. That's Lori's sister.
Well, that's right here.
Ryan is Lori's biological son. Don't know if he even wants to come. I mean, he's no fan of his mother. He's made it quite clear. He believes that
if it was me and I was the father,
2 little kids, his
there wouldn't be no court. I would kill her right there.
I'm so sorry to hear that this has to continue to be even during this trial for impact statements should one be needed. Can I ask you about their testimony? I mean, I've always known their story as, the first ones to raise the alarm about not being able to talk to their grandchildren and then ultimately calling the police to say, help, you've got to get involved. We can't get our children on the phone, and we think the worst. Do they have additional testimony that they can offer in this case as well?
Well, I think the prosecutors visited with them, and I'm not sure exactly what all the testimony he'll try to elicit from them. They'll be able to give a timeline of the events, everything that's gone on, any conversations or messages or information they received, and moving forward. So I'm sure, the prosecutor's done a really good job on this of keeping in touch with the Woodcocks throughout this entire 2-year process. And they were more than happy to speak with me when I came on the case, which is exactly the way I feel a prosecutor should act towards victims' families in this case. And he's been more than happy to speak with me about the things, and he has been in constant contact with the Woodcocks. So I suspect they'll be well prepared when they take the stand.
Well, I'm glad you got involved, because it just seems when a lawyer gets involved, you start getting answers, and certainly it's a lot for those grandparents to navigate. Shannon, thanks. And I hope you can join me again, because opening statement's expected Monday, right?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, well, mark off your dates on our show. We'd like to check in with you again. Thanks for doing this tonight. Good to see you.
All right, have a good night.
You too. And still to come, viciously stabbed and bleeding to death in the streets of San Francisco, the tech exec and the founder of Cash App, Bob Lee, was begging for help from passersby, but was ignored or passed over at least twice. I got the details next.